Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, 26th of November. So looking at the euro dollar, and well, Friday saw a sell-off. I was talking about those shooting star sort of candles, the inability for it to push up, and sure enough it sold off. Okay, a bit of bad news helped it. For those that are in our trading room, I'd been looking at the 113.55 sort of area, or just below that weekly pivot, and sure enough that got hit during Friday, so kept the stats going perfectly. Where to this morning? Well, I'm still just looking at this. There is a weekly pivot just above us, so I was just looking to see this morning if we push up towards that. It's just struck 8 o'clock as I'm recording this. May push in towards that area, and I'd be looking I may look to see if I can get a short out of that. I'll just see how see what happens. From the 60-minute point of view, we did have a bit of divergence around the lows there. It's pushed it up, hit the daily pivot. As I say, the weekly pivot's above. Now we could see a complete reversal of this move and a run back up. It's got the potential, I guess. There's not a lot on the 4 hourlies or whatever else to say that it might do that, but in terms of support, apart from we had, as I say, the divergence actually on the 4 hourly as well there, but we'll see how it goes. Now I'm still longer term bearish on this market, but looking as I say to see if this just runs through. If it breaks through this weekly pivot, well, I may take a near term sort of more bullish mode on it, but I'm just really sitting here waiting to see if I can get a short off it, off the weekly pivot. Its reactions to the weekly pivot, that 4 hourly 200, and see what happens. Okay, pound dollar chopping away here. I did expect a bit more of a positive news coming through here, with the European Union accepting the Brexit draft comments, but we'll see. It's not really gone that far yet. Now, of course, this could change this morning. We may get the sort of people following in and it being a bit more positive. It was a messy old day on Thursday. Friday didn't really help things at all, and it's not the clearest of markets at the moment. Again, we've got a bit of divergence around the lows. It's got a potential to push up. It's already through its daily and weekly pivot. Not, as I say, not the clearest. If it starts breaking through the 5200 maybe, then it's got further upside potential. Maybe back at some point in the next day or so towards that weekly monthly pivot. Not the clearest of markets, and I'm not sure I really want to be playing there yet. Dollar yen's following this morning, following its original route. As I said, this still remains in a sort of an overall bullish picture, and well, it's continue to break through there, put on the shorter time frames, starting to put in higher lows now. This may not be all over that corrective move, we'll see, but at the moment looking okay. But it does have a weekly pivot below, which could be a draw later today, later in the week maybe. Daily pivot and weekly pivot both there at the moment. No real signs of divergence yet, but it may get a divergence if it pitches a little bit higher. Not the clearest overall view on this is I'm sort of bearish on the yen, so I would expect the dollar to be stronger on it and push on upwards further, or push further upwards even. Okay, it's dollar yen. Aussie dollar from this daily picture, it looks like it's breaking out of this zone a little bit, this trend it was in last week, pitching up above the weekly pivot at the moment. Maybe it has got more upside towards the 730 area. We'll see how it pitches up, but it is one of the stronger of the pairings. Finally, the Canadian dollar. Whoops, he says Canadian dollar. Just 1 second. So the Canadian dollar's seen a bit of strength come through on the 60 minutes. Just go back to the dailies here. There we go. So Canadian dollar pitched up on Friday, just pitched into the come off the weekly pivot at the moment, and well, could break this sort of. There's a trend across the lows here, which could be. Oops, wrong one. Oh no, maybe the right one. Across these lows here, and it could be pitching to break those, that 100 MA. If it does, well, it could be a bit more bearish. It's such a busy old day on Friday. Crikey, look at that day. Days that you just do not want to be trading on. As I say, I'd steer clear of the Canadian dollar as an intraday currency anyway, mostly. Short term here, well, maybe bouncing off this S1 and some of those sort of pitchy old patchy lows there that we saw on Friday, but not convincing either way. I would still be looking at this towards the downside at the moment, but maybe trying to put a reversal in, but to me it looks weak from this picture, and it could confirm the lower high there, break the trend line and run on. If it manages to hold where it is, well, in that case, perhaps I should be a little bit more bullish on it. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. News-wise today, we've got Draghi speaking at 2 p.m. We've got a bit German business climate data before that at 9 a.m. It's not the greatest of movers, but it may create a little volatility around 9. But as I said, at 2 p.m. we've got ECB Draghi speaking. He's testifying, as I believe, due to testify in front of the European Parliament on Economic and Monetary Affairs Committee even. So there we are. Carney's speaking a little bit later at 6:30. Not really interested in that. It's discussing a book. So have a great day. Bye for now.